players of the 49ers acknowledged their lack of overtime rules understanding in Super Bowl loss to Chiefs. The San Francisco 49ers' defeat in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs has left a trail of questions and reflections, but a post-game revelation has captured the attention of fans and experts alike. Several players from the 49ers admitted to being unaware of the overtime rules, which could have influenced the game's outcome. The controversy revolves around the 49ers' decision to take possession of the ball first in overtime, a move that resulted in a field goal instead of a touchdown attempt. However, what few knew was that some San Francisco players were not fully briefed on the updated overtime rules in NFL playoffs. Ari Armstead, prominent defensive lineman of the 49ers, frankly admitted, "I didn't even know about the new overtime rule in playoffs, so it was a surprise to me." This statement, supported by other teammates like versatile runner Kyle Juszczyk, who confessed to not being aware of the differences in overtime rules and playoffs, raises questions about internal communication and team preparation. Meanwhile, on the Chiefs' side, the story was different. Players like Chris Jones and Justin Reid claimed to have extensively discussed overtime rules for weeks, even since training camp. This contrast in the levels of knowledge between both teams adds an additional layer of intrigue to the game's outcome. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid commented on the complexity of tactical decisions in overtime situations, noting that, "I'm not sure there's a correct answer necessarily. Ours happened to be the right one." This statement suggests that even with a full understanding of the rules, overtime strategy remains uncertain and subject to interpretation. 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan defended his team's decision to take possession first in overtime, arguing that they had considered the strategic implications and data analysis. However, the lack of knowledge of the rules by some players raises doubts about the effectiveness of internal communication and team preparation for high-stakes situations. As the drama of Super Bowl 58 unfolds, the revelation of the 49ers' unawareness of overtime rules adds a new element to the post-mortem analysis of the game, underscoring the importance of thorough preparation and clear communication at all levels of an elite sports organization. Underestimated injury of the 49ers plays a crucial role in the heartbreaking Super Bowl 58 loss to the Chiefs. In a heartbreaking showdown at Super Bowl 58, the San Francisco 49ers succumbed to the Kansas City Chiefs in a duel that left 49ers fans heartbroken. While the defeat leaves a deep mark on the organization, an overlooked injury stands out as a crucial factor in the final outcome of the game. The injury occurred at a critical moment in the game. John Feliciano, the right guard for the 49ers, exited the game in the third quarter due to an injury that kept him out for the rest of the game. His replacement, Spencer Burford, entered the field in his place, but it was in overtime where Feliciano's absence became more evident and costly. With the game tied, the 49ers found themselves in a crucial third down and 4 yards to go situation from Kansas City's 9-yard line. The opportunity to score a touchdown and take the lead was within reach, but a protection error allowed formidable defensive lineman Chris Jones to penetrate unopposed and pressure quarterback Brock Purdy, who threw the ball to the ground to avoid the sack. The protection error resulted in a missed opportunity for the 49ers and shifted the game's momentum in favor of the Chiefs. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan acknowledged the importance of Feliciano's absence at that critical moment of the game. Shanahan explained that while the intention was to target receiver Jauan Jennings, the presence of Jones on the defensive line should have been identified and blocked to prevent pressure on the quarterback. Feliciano's experience and ability to recognize and neutralize defensive threats like Jones would have been invaluable in that situation. 49ers general manager John Lynch has repeatedly praised Feliciano for his versatility and leadership on the field. Feliciano's absence was felt not only in the technical aspect of the game, but also in the team's stability and cohesion in pressure moments. In addition to Feliciano's injury, the 49ers faced further challenges when linebacker Dre Greenlaw suffered an Achilles tendon injury in the second quarter, sidelining him for the rest of the game. Wide receiver Deebo Samuel also suffered a left hamstring tendon injury in the third quarter, though he bravely returned to the game after being evaluated by medical staff. Tight end George Kittle briefly exited with a shoulder injury in overtime, but managed to return. Despite the 49ers' superhuman efforts and the bravery of their players, the team couldn't overcome the combination of adversities and challenges in Super Bowl 58. Feliciano's injury stands out as one of the many variables that contributed to the heartbreaking loss, a bitter reality that the 49ers will face as they seek redemption in future seasons. 49ers players reflect on Dre Greenlaw's loss. Greenlaw's injury was a tough blow for the Niners. The San Francisco 49ers lost the heart and soul of their defense in Super Bowl 58 as Dre Greenlaw suffered a non-contact Achilles tendon injury. Greenlaw had 3 early tackles and was the defender he had always been during the season. Then, the most devastating injury of the season occurred. Replacing his injury and his ability is impossible. He wasn't the reason the 49ers fell short, but the emotions of losing one of your best players cannot be overlooked. Nick Bosa spoke about the difficulties of remaining enthusiastic without Greenlaw.
It was tough. Sometimes, when stuff like that happens, it can change momentum just because it's such an emotional feeling. But I think we did a good job continuing to play like we were playing. And Dre's a unique human. He was overcoming a lot this year. And I think 99% of players wouldn't have been able to do what he did. And he put his body at risk for this. And it's a shame we couldn't get him one.
Here's Arik Armstead.
Dre obviously is an incredible player. He's one of the best players on our team, and one of the best linebackers in the NFL. So he's our defender and our tone setter. Not having him is a big loss. I'm proud of the way the guys stepped up. Flanagan Fowles and Oren Burke stepped up. I think they played extremely well in his absence, but obviously, Dre is an incredible player.
Fred Warner has a special bond with Greenlaw. He was emotional at halftime.
I'm sick to my stomach. I'm still sick. I see him at halftime, and I'm crying because it hurts so much for him. And obviously, I want to win this for him, and it's sickening.
Recovery timelines vary for athletes. If the injury is properly treated and there are no setbacks, Greenlaw can return to normal activity anywhere between 4 to 6 months. There's a risk of recurring rupture, and the returning athlete may have reduced strength and endurance by up to 30% compared to uninjured players. Dre is one of the best, so maybe he'll recover and not miss a beat. Stay informed with all the news and updates from the San Francisco 49ers by following our channel,
The 49ers Zone.
And of course, we encourage you to participate by leaving your opinions in the comments section.